Royal Society has recently launched a new, fully open access journal called Open Biology. The online-only journal will publish biology at the molecular and cellular level. I'm talking to the Editor-in-Chief, Professor David Glover, about his hopes for this exciting new venture.
I think it's really important now to open this new journal, Open Biology. There is a need in the scientific community for a journal in the area of cell and molecular biology publishing in open access, and it fulfills a hole in the Royal Society's publishing portfolio, a portfolio that goes back till 1665 and is still highly active. So it was attractive to me to become editor of Open Biology because I've had a long-standing interest in scientific publishing and because I see a need for scientists to be actively involved in communicating and publishing their ideas. Doing something with the Royal Society also had its attractions because of the scientific fellowship and the huge expertise that the Society has in this particular area. Not only that, it also finances research in many of these areas. So here was a huge amount of experience that we could tap into. And the model is very different in scientific publications in the Royal Society in that the editorial board of the journal will play a much more important role. They'll be actively involved in inviting reviewers to referee papers and be involved in all of the activities of the journal. So there'll be a lot of support from that side. So my vision for the journal is to have an open access journal that covers a very broad church of cellular and molecular biology. We want the journal to have in it high quality articles on structural biology, molecular biology, development, neuroscience, immunology, bacteriology, almost all areas of biology from this point of view of the cellular and the molecular components. I expect the journal to have contributions of lively reviews and high quality research articles. Most importantly, I think, is that the journal works for scientists and is run by active practicing scientists, and that we can have a rapid and fair review system. I think Open Biology will benefit the scientific community in many ways. Most of all, it will be in the providing a fair review system that will be constructive and allow valuable work to proceed to publication very quickly. I think a real problem has developed in scientific publishing in that now it takes so much longer to get a good piece of work out to be published, and that's because there are increasing numbers of rounds of review that a paper has to go through, that it's become really a scientific chore rather than a voyage of discovery. And I hope that by streamlining the review process and making decisions about papers based on their scientific merit, that we'll be able to publish very quickly and get some very good papers out. The biggest challenge for me as editor will be getting people to submit papers to the journal. It's very difficult, I think, for a young postdoc or graduate student facing the early stages of their career to go and publish in an unknown, untried journal. I remember back to my own times as a postdoc when my advisor had the great courage to publish in an unknown journal called Cell. And this was a very good decision, as it turned out, and there were many other papers that followed in that journal that took it to the ranks that we all know it has these days. The difficulty will be to persuade my colleagues to do the same thing and to publish in Open Biology. I feel that they will, because there is a need for this journal in the community. A big problem that we have is this vicious circle whereby postdocs and students feel they have to publish in the high-ranking journals to be able to secure their promotion or their next job. I think we have to persuade them that it's by doing good, quality, imaginative science that is the real way forward.